Today I'm only going to talk about mandatory exemptions. What are the mandatory exemptions? Those are exemptions that are issued by order of a judge based on one of 7 criteria where they can say, yes, this person is exempt and this is the reason why. The first 4 are convicted felon, fairly self-explanatory. Indigent. Now, indigent means homeless, period. I've been there myself. If you're homeless, you've got much bigger problems to deal with. Drug addict. Drug addict does not necessarily mean you're addicted to drugs. It means your drug use has caused you other legal trouble. You've been ordered into drug rehab, deferred from regular court to a drug court for whatever reason. That's the drug addiction exemption. Violent political protester. Now, violent political protester does not mean somebody who was arrested for being involved in a riot at a political protest. It means somebody who brought the violence. To apply the first standard, we would have to put all of Martin Luther King's followers in prison. That's not appropriate. To apply the second standard, though, would mean to arrest people who came to somebody else's rally. This one we actually call the antifa exemption because of the riot that they started in 2016 when that Spencer guy, whatever his name is, when he no-showed to one of his own events. These 4 should be explained at the time of sentencing that, yes, you're now exempt from mandatory carry, and you'll be able to appeal that after your sentence is completed, or treatment, or whatever. The next 3 are ability to comply. Physically disabled. If you don't have hands, if you're quadriplegic, whatever the medical condition that prevents you from being able to physically complete the functions of mandatory carry are, you're exempt. Mental incapacity. The legal and medical definition is an IQ of 80 or below. There is also a little bit more wiggle room for somebody whose brain just does not work right, they don't understand what they're doing, and that'll have to be addressed by a judge in due course. And psychological incapacity. You hear voices, you see people that are not there, you have raging paranoia and you're convinced everybody's trying to kill you all the time. I mean, I have paranoia. I'm not convinced everybody's trying to kill me all the time. I do believe that there's people out there that would hurt you or me or anybody else just for money or lulz. But I'm not convinced everybody all the time is doing that. There are people out there who are actually convinced everyone around them, everyone they ever see, is trying to kill them or hurt them or steal from them or whatever. We're talking about that level of paranoia. We're talking about people who see people that are not there, who hear voices that are not there telling them things that they should not be hearing. One of my earliest supporters told me that he was the reason why I should, in particular, should carry. I believe his exact words were, if I get out of control, who's going to stop me? And then he went on to a little bit of a rant about the cops can't do anything about it except shoot him after he's already hurt somebody. Kind of too late then, isn't it? All of these exemptions do have an ability. All of these exemptions do have an ability to appeal later on. You had a family member who doesn't like you or wants to get control of your finances. So they go to a judge and say, Your Honor, Jay Skidmore, that's me, by the way, Jay Skidmore is incompetent. He's crazy. He hears voices that aren't not there. He sees people that are not there. I go in front of the same judge. I say, Your Honor, I have PTSD. I occasionally have flashbacks. I've never acted on any of those. I've never hurt anybody. And the judge says, you know what? Better safe than sorry. You're exempt. Move on. Okay. 6 months later, I still haven't hurt anybody. I haven't done anything. I haven't been arrested. I go in front of that same judge and say, Your Honor, 6 months ago you said I'm incompetent. Here we are 6 months later. I've proven that I can handle reality. I want my rights restored. If the judge cannot establish, yes, this person is a danger to society, their rights are restored, their duty is restored, and I move on with the rest of my life. As to the psychological and mental exemptions, the real standard here is, does the judge, in their professional opinion, based on the professional opinion of a doctor, think that this person, me, maybe, is unable to assist themselves in their own defense at trial if they're ever forced to use their self-defense rights? If the answer is no, if the judge honestly believes that this person could not explain what they had done and why they had done it, then the judge can issue the restrictions and go from there. All right. I'm going to wrap this up here with keep calm and mandatory carry on.